Hello and welcome to the 2017 Ledgestone Insurance Open. I'm Paul McBeth and I'm joined by none other than the TD course designer himself, Nate Heinold. How are you doing, Nate?
I'm good. I'm still getting over my dunk tank. As I said yesterday, I'm still shivering, but I got a little warm last night, so I'm good now.
There you go. If you didn't get the opportunity, everyone was dunking Nate over there at the players' party.
I don't know why. I don't get why there's so much hate towards me, Paul.
Probably because this first hole. But we got hole one right here, 633 feet over water. Today, I want to do something a little different. You're the course designer, so I want to know your thoughts on, from when you first started this course to where it is now. As a player standpoint, this is the best this course has ever looked. So I just want to pick your brain a little bit today.
Sure. Well, when I first stepped on this property, I said this has to be a disc golf hole. And that's honestly what it was. I thought this would be one of the most challenging opening holes on tour, and it scares people. It makes you nervous right away, and I think it's just a great test right away. There's probably not a harder hole that you start on the tour.
I could agree with that. As you see, Josh right there threw a perfect shot right where you want to be. You want to be down on that flat spot there, and he is our leader today. And we got Ricky right here throwing this disc with a fist eye on it. I see him throw this one a lot, but that's, again, ideal. Getting down towards that flat spot, making it pretty easy, probably about a 200-foot up shot, just slightly up that hill. He's
been all over that tree, actually, every round, so he likes to really cut that corner. And honestly, hole one, through the first three rounds, it played the easiest that it's been all week today for this round here. And so I think the wind was very favorable for attacking the hole.
Yeah, this is really ideal conditions for this course. It was maybe 5 mile per hour throughout the day with a few gusts over that. But as you can see, Uli got a little gust there, had the wind drop it, scared the crowd for a little, but worked out perfect.
And that's where you want to be. You want to be throwing flat, uphill. And that may be 200 feet. It probably plays like 300 because the dam is so far up the hill.
Yeah, so I got to start a story here. Just looking to follow suit with those three right there. You can see the wind's picking up a little bit, but nothing that should really affect any shot.
And someone's trying to drive the green, it looks like.
It looks like it. I didn't turn it over at all. Kind of just let it fall into the water. I really like that disc too, so that was a tough one to lose right out the gate.
My scuba diver just gave me a bunch of discs from last night, so excuse me, we'll see if he pulled that one out. And now you are going for the green.
Yeah, I was putting it out there as far as I could, maybe get a look at it. This shot was probably the longest one I threw all weekend, and somehow got that inside the circle.
That's stupid. That's 555 from that drop zone, at least. So you just threw that 530.
Yeah, it makes me think I can reach it from the tee now. But I think that's a really good drop zone if you don't cross the water. It makes it really challenging to save your par, and to be honest, I didn't expect to put it that close.
Challenging to save your par is an understatement. Nobody else has done it all week, so we'll see if you can be the first.
So there's a good upshot by Josh, and that one kind of took it into those bushes. Those are pretty thick down there, too. Not that far from the basket, but it's thick.
Yeah, Ricky was being very aggressive here, or there. I don't know what to say about that. That's stupid. So that was a par and a half.
I was pumped, to say the least, there. I think we missed Yuli's upshot, but he put it, I think, inside Josh right there. And then I looked at, you can see me in the background looking at Rick's shot here. He was deep in there. It didn't look like he went that far, but he was deep in those bushes.
Well, you can't even take a stance in there hardly, so he really had no chance to probably, and I'm sure Ricky wanted to get that one because his drive he had a 200-foot, probably a overstable putter, maybe a mid-range, so. Yeah,
it doesn't really show the elevation change here, but Yuli's slightly downhill there, and it's like maybe a 10-foot flat spot up top. And if you miss either side, if you miss that backside, it can get down there.
I mean, you can go in the water if you hit the bucket and roll away. So,
but there's two nice birdies to start right there for Josh and Yuli.
And somehow you and Ricky had the same score there. I still can't quite get over that, but we'll just move on to hole two. Hole two has played hard all week. Yesterday played brutal. Today, playing a little easier, but still a very challenging par four.
Yeah, this is another one that you changed up, which I think is a really good change. I like this par four over the two par threes that were there before. And like you said, it's a really challenging par four. So this is a great switch. And why'd you do it?
Well, I liked hole 2 last year. Hole 3 didn't quite play the way I wanted. And Josh gets that roller off the rope
and just
sneaks out of bounds. I wanted, with the removal of stroke and distance, I actually wanted to add some more teeth to the course. And so we removed stroke and distance, so I had to add some distance. And I thought this was the best opportunity to do so.
Yeah, it really challenges the players, and it allows for a lot of different tee shots. Like you saw the roller right there. Now Uli with the strong mid-range right there. That's a really good spot.
Perfect. He's right next to the 250. And then you have the sidearm that you could see,
And probably one you didn't even see is the lefty Spikeheiser. They go wide up and around. So there's all sorts of shots from here, and I think it's a really good tee shot. And this looks good. Slow down.
That's smashed, and that's right on the line, it looks like. Oh, man.
Yep, that's good.
I mean, he's in a perfect spot. I added more rope to the right side to give the roller room because I wanted people to throw rollers, so I gave it more room so the rollers can stay in bounds.
Yeah, and it shows right there.
Yep. So you're probably throwing, what, a T-Bird 3 or something like that?
Yeah, this is a T-Bird 3. I was curious why it hyzered out right there at the end, but caught a little leaf, got that nose up. But again, another tee shot in the water. This one I can get back at least.
And you wouldn't consider throwing sidearm off the tee. You like the backhand there?
I do. I threw sidearm off the tee the first round, went OB right, so I kind of switched it up and just a little too much power there, but that...
Jeez, you're trying to... You just like that leg.
Yeah, I'm tempting it there, but I was able to stay in bounds this time, and again, possibility to save my par after an OB tee shot.
And I moved the basket off the water as well, just because it was going to be a hard enough par 4. You see that tree behind the basket. That's where it was last year. I'll just call that a sucker pin. That was but that was a great shot by Paul there. So
yep. There were moments in this round where people were saying, good shot, Paul, to everyone, because it felt like there was a Paul throwing every shot.
And Josh, I kind of joked with him yesterday, the Josh Anthon forehand is, I don't remember seeing Josh throw a lot of forehands, I guess before maybe a few months ago. I guess I've never seen him play that much, but I remember him being predominantly backhand.
That's a good. Speaking of good forehand, there's Rick with a nice upshot there. But yeah, Josh through the years hasn't thrown it too much, but when he does, it seems to be pretty good. And that's a rare miss, I'm sure, from Josh.
Yep, and he gave it enough height, and if that had missed, he would have, potentially gone in the water. To be honest, that's 2 OB strokes and 2 pars for you.
Yeah, I mean, with those OB strokes and getting the pars, all I can do is be happy about that.
Yeah.
I know I need to work on the tee shots, and I got 60 more holes to fix that. So hopefully that changes.
And hole 2 actually played a half stroke over par for this third round. So it was not playing easy.
No, compared to yesterday with all that wind, it was coming off the lake, so it kind of slowed the disc down, so you weren't worried about going deep. And I think today. As you saw, mine went long, and Uli ripped his mid-range and still was 20 feet from the water. So I think the OB was a much bigger factor today.
So Josh went OB there. He takes the bogey, can't get up and down. So it's a tighter battle now. It's Josh just gave 2 strokes back. Hole 3, we pushed this basket back actually about 15 feet. So what's your thoughts on this tee shot here?
I think it's very similar to last year. 15 feet's not really going to make a difference if you don't hit that gap. So it's really just hitting that straight gap, or some people prefer the forehand, which risks a lot of OB, but the reward is that much bigger because it's going to get to the basket.
See, Paul throws a crazy flex forehand, which that worked out beautifully. Ricky has gone on the left trees and gone out of bounds both times, actually. And so we'll see if he's going the flex line this time. He was actually playing way left out over the path, and it cost him twice. And he's doing it again. And
wow.
I mean, that's the third time in a row that he has hit one of those 2 trees and gone OB in this hole.
Yeah, that's not where you want to be. And I just got a Nova here, just trying to throw it up the middle and just have it have a late turn. A little bit earlier than I wanted, but still got inside the circle.
That's
in bounds.
In bounds. I like the forehand here and not anymore. After watching Ricky, one of the best forehand throwers, do it 3 times in a row, I like that putter up the middle. And
Josh here with the Champion Rock 3. This is one of the 2 new discs in his bag. He's got a Rock 3, a Rock 3X, and actually he's got an AVR 3. So other than that, all his discs are, I was joking around with him.
30 years old?
Saying they're 30 years old, but probably about 15, 20. Oh, wow. That
Jeez.
almost went out of bounds, too.
And that's why that shot is dangerous. I mean, if he had kicked out of bounds there, he could have taken a bigger number, obviously.
Exactly. And then this is Josh for birdie.
And
He had
wow.
Gosh, that was good. He had that fist pump just waiting there, waiting for that thing to drop in. Great birdie from Josh.
That was probably a 50-footer.
Yeah, good circle 2 putt. And then this is just inside the circle, probably about 28 feet. And it feels good to get a birdie.
Yep. And not go OB.
Yes. So that's, to be honest, it feels like I got 3 birdies to start.
Yeah. I mean, you
without
didn't.
those OBs.
And Rick, that's a bogey putt. And he's, at that point in time, if I had done that the first 2 rounds, I probably would go up the middle on that round. So we'll see if he changes his strategy today. He has a great forehand, and for some reason, it's just not working. So that, for Rick right there, that feels tough to lose 2 strokes to your competitors on a short par 3. But he's so good, I'm sure he'll turn it around.
Yeah, he'll bounce back.
Lifetime warranty, and 1% back to the planet. Tempercraft USA. Temper your thirst.
All right, Paul, we got hole 4. This is the exact same as last year. There's a couple different options here. Turnover, maybe a hyzer flip. I've seen a few forehand rollers. This plate is the 8th most difficult hole. Only about 13% with the field birdied it. I assume you're going the Anheuser up the left gout or a straight route?
Yeah, I got an overstable rock. I'm just trying to, get it down there, get a little flex out of it, and try to finish on the left side. I'm sure Yuli's looking for the same right here, but he got it over. That was a good miss right there.
Yeah, but
that was a good hit.
That was going to be, honestly, if the disc is turning over at all to the right, it's not going to be in bounds in this hole. You really have to get it to come back. If there's Anheuser going that route, it's not going to be in bounds.
Yeah, with that downhill, that extra speed, it wants to pull it right. So this, I let it go. I think I threw it a little too hard, got it going right a little too much, but I thought it was overstable and could have worked out. But it was just that close to catching that concrete, and I would have been safe.
Yep. And that was, as I said, if it gets over the hill with Anheuser, it's probably not going to be in bounds.
And here's Josh again with that Champion Rock 3. He looks like he's going for that hyzer route, just playing it for a 3.
He did that in round 1. He shorted it there as well. I think he's honestly just trying to get about 45 feet short left in that woods edge and maybe have a putt.
Yeah, he's just playing this one safe.
Rick's not playing it safe. He's going right at the basket.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Anning as well.
Oh,
look at that!
Caught that branch nicely.
That probably would have been OB.
Yeah, it probably would have been right next to mine, but caught that branch and got it to hyzer finish right there at the end. Here's Josh again with another forehand up shot with a putter this time. So that takes some touch right there.
I think this is when I said something to him saying, Josh, that's impressive.
Yeah,
But that's the right play there. If you watch Paul's disc, he throws a soft Anheuser putter and
got a root.
And that's why I like the forehand, because the Anheuser there kind of has the angle that maybe you don't want, and he's close enough.
Away. Yeah, not too bad. I was in the same spot the first round, and I hit off the top of the basket, so I was just like a little softer. Took a little too much off of it, but again, 20 feet from the basket, not going to be too upset with that. And here's for a bogey.
So you were half running that putt. I don't think that you were you going for it full throttle there?
I was going for it, but like I said, the first round I hit off the top. I tried to take a little bit more power off of it, and just a little too much. But I was running it. Oh, no.
And that was just left for Paul. That wasn't quite what he wanted there. And Josh, from about 15 feet right through the trees.
Nice little par.
So at this point in time, we're in 4 holes in. You've gone OB 3 times. I assume you're mad right now.
Yeah. I need to figure out how to clean it up somehow, because it's all the tee shots, and it could just be as simple as the wind yesterday and now going
Yep.
to the column today that I'm trying to throw the same disc but not getting the same results. So that's just disc selection mistakes, and it's costing me strokes. I mean, 3 of them easily right there.
And these next 2 holes are very favorable to distance throwers, and so these are 2 holes that maybe you can make up strokes. Hole 5, I'd say one of the signature holes. It's the baseball field hole, elevated basket. Greg Barsby aced it, incredible ace. You're taking dead in here, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, the first 2 rounds I left it short, so I'm not going to leave it short again. If anything, I'm going to make the mistake long. So this isn't a lefty hole. What did you think when you designed this one?
Well, yeah, there's some holes that are righty holes, some holes that are lefty holes. This is a righty hole, but you know what? There's about 80 feet from the fence to the back. They can throw a sidearm maybe, they can lay up, but yeah, this is not a favorable hole to lefties. But there are a lot of holes that I look at and say, I have to throw a sidearm, or it's a great sidearm hole for me. So, there are holes that are lefty and holes that are righty favorable. And that's a great drive by Josh. That's where you want to be. I mean, that's 60 long, so there's another 20 feet behind there.
Yeah, Ricky put his just on the circle 1 line, and then Josh right there inside circle 2. And that's really all you want to do here is play it safe. And if you have a putt, go for it.
Yep, that's a really aggressive line.
Oh, bounce right into the fence. And the drop zone here is not easy. Just like hole 1, you didn't make it easy.
It's easier than last year. It's still very challenging.
I got a Star Destroyer here. Like I said, just looking to put it past that pole. If it goes in front of that pole, there's a good chance it goes OB. If it goes behind it, it's got a good chance to do stuff like this.
Is that good? Is that in?
Not in, but
wow.
as close as it can get to going in.
Let's follow that flight.
All I could do is laugh when I saw that on the tee.
Paul, that's, I don't know what to say about that.
CTP.
At this point in time, so when that was 50 feet from the basket, you were thinking ace.
I was just thinking get down, don't go be left. After 3 OBs already, I was kind of curious if that didn't hit the basket where it would have ended up. But,
was your disc a little bent there, it looks like?
For a few seconds, but I fixed it. So I actually tested on the next drive just to make sure it was okay. So
that was an incredible shot. That had the crowd really excited. Honestly, some of them thought it was an ace. They didn't really know the rule, but I think a few years ago that would have counted.
Yeah, a few years ago they did change it. If it goes in the basket and then wedges itself back out, it's still an ace, but if it wedges on the outside like that, it does not count.
Yep.
So unfortunately, it's not an ace, but fortunately, it's a birdie.
It's not out of bounds.
Exactly. So Josh right there with basically all you can do from that side with this elevated basket. Rick is a little bit further out than I thought.
That's a good run, though. Elevated basket from 50 feet. I mean, that's not an easy putt.
And this is a big putt for Uli after that short miss. Just airmailed it over the top. That's a tough 2 holes right here. Cleanups for Rick and Josh.
You see some of our wonderful sponsors in the background there, thanks to Ledgestone Insurance and Discraft, City of Eureka, Village of Morton, City of Peoria, City of Pekin, all our great sponsors. I don't think Josh is mad with a par there. It's one of the tougher holes in the course. 476 feet for a par 3 with all kinds of out of bounds. That hole actually played 3.73 on the average, so almost a full stroke over par. Hole 6.
Speaking of a full stroke over par, this is probably one of the toughest par 4s I've ever played. 897 feet, OB, left side, right side, long, everywhere on this hole. And then it used to be a par 5, and I think without the stroking distance, you changed it for that reason. But now I wouldn't be surprised if this is averaging about 5 or more.
It averaged 4.8 for this round, and was obviously higher last round with the wind. So yeah, it would be a really soft par 5, but it is incredibly challenging. It was the most difficult hole for this round here, and it was light winds.
Yeah, it's you did widen the rope on the right side, so we can bite off more off the tee if we want, but I think most players are just laying it up. And this one, if I'm not in the right position, I will lay it up, but with my tee shot there, I think it's in a good spot on the right side. If you're close to the right rope, you can attempt to go for it, but if you're anywhere near that left side, it's a crush into a small green.
Yeah, and we actually only had 2 players birdie it for this
For round
third
3.
round.
Wow.
And Josh is living on the edge there, but he's inbounds.
Yeah, about a foot or 2 right there. And that, I like your dedicated spotters. There wasn't a single spotter out there I did not see run across the fairways to check to see if discs were safe.
And a lot of them had no idea what disc golf was. We had to give them a crash course, and they were so impressed to be out here watching. They had no idea that you guys could do what you do.
So 4 drives inbounds, and now it's to this difficult green. So Josh
was too far back to even consider obviously going for it, and
But again-
that's really got to sit down though.
flirting with that left side. This one looks closer than that tee shot. But he gets another green flag.
Wow.
I'm curious what his third shot's going to look like now.
This will actually played as the most difficult the first day, second most difficult yesterday, most difficult today.
Wow.
Ricky living on the edge there as well.
Through
Wow.
the trees. But that leaves him probably about 180 short.
And your thought here, you're going over the crowd. You're going for this green.
Yeah, I'm going for it. I put it in a really good spot. Tee shot was far enough and got it inside circle too. So
Yep.
that's fine by me. I was actually trying to move just one spotter because he was right in the way, and then the whole crowd moved. So.
Well, I was doing some crowd control. I didn't want anybody to get hurt, and honestly, your shot there would have been out of bounds last year. I made the ropes a little wider just because.
Well, thank you. That was actually Yuli's third shot right
Yep.
there. He laid up with the forehand. It looks like it got missed, but yeah, he's looking at par. And Josh with a nice putter up shot. He has such control with his putters. I mean, dropping right there.
Yep, that's with the win with OB. I mean, that's why he's leading the tournament right now.
Yep, and then Rick trying to follow suit there. Oh,
I guess he's good with the putter too. So
yeah, even closer. Well, didn't end up closer, but this is
Big-
about a 55-footer right here.
big gallery. Ooh, man,
Snake out the back there.
SloMez time. You were. Ooh. Oh, my goodness. If that had kicked through, that crowd would have been oohing and ahhing and disappointed.
They would not have been happy with you, Nate. Not me, with you.
Everyone would have looked at me and said, Nate,
This is your fault.
this is my fault. So, but it stayed in.
But that was one
Great
of the
putt.
two birdies.
That was one
on
of the
hole.
two.
So that I was pumped after that one.
That was impressive.
To get 5 and 6. That's a big 2 holes right there. So
I mean, 5 and 6 play as the first most difficult and second most difficult hole in the course. All right, that was the thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to Discraft being the title sponsor here. Hole 7, Paul, this is as close to a must get in this course as there is.
yeah, this is I think the biggest gimme hole. I actually got a spit out yesterday on this basket, so I'm trying to get my redemption on it. But like you said, this one and I think hole 11
Yep.
are must get birdies. Got my Nova here. Just trying to throw it out to the tree on the right, but there's just one in the way.
you're
just-
trying to hit it.
There's really just one tree in the way, and I found it. So
I like this shot a lot here with an overstable putter up the middle with a sidearm. This is, if you hit a tree, it's not going to kick out of bounds. Usually that's the preferred play, I think, for a good sidearm player.
yeah, and I feel like it goes from the most difficult par 4, most difficult hole on the course to probably one of the easiest. So it's a little transition, but 17th, yeah, like you said, it's the second easiest hole on the course. But Josh right there, exactly what Josh did is what I was trying to do, and I think most players are trying to do if they're throwing a backhand.
Now, that's not the typical forehand, a hyzer flip with a putter, but that's good. I mean, that's a good shot. But
Yeah.
Paul's not taking the overstable putter. He's taking some kind of, straighter putter and throwing it on a hyzer.
Yeah, and as you can see, like I hit the first tree, but I still had a really long run at it. So not the longest of holes, but it's one you want. A good birdie putt right there from the circle's edge. And Josh with a good birdie putt. He put that exactly where you want.
Yeah.
You just want to hit one of those 2 trees, and Rick as well. 3 birdies and a par. Should be 4 birdies from the lead group, but I failed to do my job on that one.
So you're probably disappointed after birding the 2 hardest holes in the course and then missing that one, but you can get it back, but that's disappointing.
It is. That's what I was telling myself. I was like, it's pointless to get that long par 4 if you're just going to turn around and miss hole 7. So really big disappointment, but it's still early in the tournament, to be honest.
Yeah. And
early in the round. So
5, 6, 8 right here. First, second, third hardest hole in the course. This is the 3rd hardest hole. Really challenging green. I mean, almost, it's a sucker pin. You just want to get the drive out of the chute first of all, and then worry about the green next.
Exactly. I mean, this first tee shot is throw it as far as you want, and whether you want on the right or left. But there is that off chance that you can pull it a little left or let it go a little early and catch some of those trees and really be out of position for birdie.
Yeah.
But I think most people, even if they have a really good drive, they're going to lay it up.
Yep.
Because it is such a difficult green with OB all around it, and then the potential to lose your disc if it's that bad.
Sure.
And Josh turned his over probably a little bit more than he wanted, but again through the gap. So.
Yep. He just passed the 500-foot mark, so he has 450, so he's laying up to the edge. Honestly, the best angle, in my opinion, is center left. Way right, like Ricky and Paul are. You mean, and Paul's not way right, but that's a good angle. If you can get further left, you can maybe throw a hyzer flip or like a sidearm flex shot. But Paul's in a good angle to go for the green there.
Yeah, and I'm trying to just get as much distance as I can and then play it from there, whether it's a forehand or or like you said, a hyzer flip. And this one I got a pretty good line on it. Ended up right in the middle, so kind of got more options than normal.
I mean, that was smashed. You threw that probably 450 to 475.
Yep, it's still only halfway there.
And you can tell Josh is just trying to lay up to that stump here. He really had no chance to go for the green.
Yeah, probably just laying up, making it easy. Probably jump putt at the basket or just a little soft turnover like he does. And Yuli's got a mid-range here, so I don't know if he's really going for it or laying up. But
I think he was going for it. He probably only had 350, but he just didn't get it flipped over at all, and that's going to find the water, unfortunately.
Yeah, had that turned over and held that, I think he could have gotten inside the circle too.
Yep.
Maybe not the circle, but a good spot. And then Rick going with a forehand.
I like that play here. It fades away from the water. Very good tree. That may have...
yeah, with that steep edge there on the left.
Yeah.
That could have fallen in, or it could have got up and rolled towards the basket. So I'm actually kind of go something similar to what Rick just did. There's a lot of bailout zone to the right, but I don't know if there's that much bailout zone to the right.
Yeah, it wasn't your best effort, but, it's such a tough shot. You don't want to miss left, obviously, and there's more room to the right, even though there's cabbage.
Look at Josh go. Another forehand.
Oh, my goodness. That's amazing. That's a great shot under the pole.
Rick from about 80 probably.
Oh, my.
Just off the
that looked so good.
Yeah, he almost started running that one down, too.
Raptor legs, Rick.
When he starts running it down, you know it's in. And then a little, probably half run there, just playing it safe.
I assume you probably had nothing down here.
No, not much. I just decided to lay it up with that OB right behind the water. But I was glad it was safe. I thought there was a chance that it could be out of bounds, but
yeah, there's a lot more room to the right. There's a lot of stuff in the way. But that's the right side to miss on.
Yeah. So I think we're all 3 of us walking away with the par, Yuli with the bogey. But like you said, 17th most difficult hole. Or the most difficult hole.
The 3rd most difficult hole.
3rd most difficult hole. So,
and you can see why. The green is so tough. It's fast, and you guys played that hole pretty well compared to the average. But you should. You guys are decent, right?
Yeah. So, hole number 9 here. The last hole on the front 9. This is the island hole, the bridge hole. Really, all you do is put on the island, and you're looking at birdie. So this is
36% of the field birdied this hole. So it's actually the 5th easiest hole on the. It played a lot easier than last year. I think we made the green a little bigger. We wanted people to be more aggressive.
Oh, Discraft banner.
And that wasn't his best drive. He turned it over too much, but yes, the banner did get in the way there.
Yeah, when he let it go, I thought it was going to hit the bridge, but then the banner snuck around the corner.
Well, the banner's there for everybody, so it's like a tree. But yeah, that was unfortunate. But Josh throwing looks like a very good drive there.
That's a really good drive.
That's a really good drive. That grass is really grabby. The disc isn't going to go anywhere when it hits.
Yeah, that's what I like about this island. If it's hitting inside the ropes, it's staying inside the ropes. So,
and that's what I like about this hole.
Scared Jomez there for a little bit.
And
really low. That
yeah.
never had the height.
Yeah.
When I let it go, I knew it was low.
Yep.
OB. I was hoping
Yep.
for a wind gust, but there was never a chance. And as you can see, the cameraman was on his knees and he got scared. So. And Ulibarri with the mid-range. When he let that go, he yelled at himself. He knew it was way too low when he let that go as well. So
I don't know that that's a mid-range hole for most players, but he's got some power though.
Yeah, 3 OBs. That's not what you expect on this hole.
No.
Especially from the lead card. And Rick with this forehand, when he let it go, I thought it was short. I was surprised it got over that rope, but
last year that would not have been in bounds, so we made it a little easier on the front side of the green. And you're throwing, I assume, a Nova here.
Yeah, Nova, just seeing what Rick did, just throwing something with a little bit more glide and over the rope, probably about 18, 20 feet right there. And then Ulibarri going with the forehand driver here. Looking probably more with that spike finish with this sticky grass that's going to stop wherever it hits.
And that's a good shot. You don't want to challenge the basket too much because the OB is only about 15 to 18 feet behind the basket. You don't want to go B twice.
Oh, rare.
And, wow, that's a surprising miss for Ricky there. That was, I'm sure, one he wanted to get.
Yeah, I don't know if it was counted in the circle or outside the circle, but he was on the line. Ulibarri sneaks that one low left side.
It's a good putt. That's a good save for Ulibarri.
Yeah, 4 is the best score you can really get
Yeah.
after that missed island. I'm looking at the same thing here, trying to save my 4. And this is actually the loud part of the course. They were having that barbecue over there in the corner.
Ooh, right side there. That was a good putt. And then they had the St. Jude marching band,
Yep.
Which we heard some complaints about, but, it was in the city. It was a citywide event. It's for the kids. Josh just took 2 and 3 strokes in the entire card there. That feels great for Josh.
Oh, yeah. I mean, already being in the lead and then being able to do that, it just secures it. I mean, Josh is at 20 under, Rick 13, I'm at 12 under, and Ulibarri at 11, so it's really just a battle for second right now.
Well, it was a close battle, and Josh just took some strokes there, that front 9.
But huge shout out to Jomez for putting this together and allowing us to watch this and you as well and just letting us relive it. Thank you to Innova Champion Discs and Discraft and Ledgestone Insurance and all your great sponsors for putting this event on. And we'll catch you guys on the back 9.
Sounds good, Paul.